Check test. K-Dell. Welcome. Gina, excellent words. Hello to all. Gonna give everybody a chance to get in chat, love. Sorry, I had 2 threads going, I think. Whoops. Kathy in LA, what's up? All right. Again, just gonna give people a chance to get in. So, good evening. We'll get this moving. For those of you guys who were watching earlier, I'm cussing at people out in the other thread, cussing people out. Girl, calm down with that cuss. Well, I like to dig and make sure that the facts are out there. Hi, Bumblebee. And first things first is the video that they posted in YouTube. It says, this is our van life or whatever. For the record, that features multiple clips of them, and that is actually not all from July 2nd, 2021 until, a date in August. There's actually footage that she included, or he, I'm not sure who made it. I believe they were sharing that YouTube channel. So, but there's footage in there that's from 2020 and 2019. It is sad news. It is. So the number one thing that video that's 7 minutes and like 54 seconds long, that video that is like a mashup, but it says of their van life, that is actually footage from not just from the couple months, but it's actually from 2020 and some 2019. There's different vehicles. So they drove the van this time, but a prior time before that, they had a Nissan. So I changed my name. I used to be Ellie. Well, let's make sure everybody knows this, okay? If you were hitting up Allie, she is now aiding. That's funny. Aiding and abetting, but aiding Allie betting. So, hi, Gina. Testing. Okay, that should be good. Number 2 on the list of things to knock off is there has been no footage to come forward that anybody flew on a plane. I did do some searches, and there's 2 airports that he could have flown out of. One would be a 4-hour drive to Salt Lake City, and the other would be 1 hour and 45 minutes to Grand Junction. Grand Junction, though, smaller airport. So those are going to be your 2 airports. Hello, lovely people. Yes, we are lovely. Again, sad day today. Brian is still missing. And I think the timeline on everything is what's in question. So going back and looking at some of the stuff that I had is how do you make it back from, where they were to Florida, supposedly by September 1st. Again, this is a timeline coming from his parents, though. So, was he even there September 1st? But if you back up to, I have to go with the FaceTime, the 24th. That's your FaceTime. That's your last time of somebody really seeing her. Can prove that she was alive August 24th. Something that I thought was interesting, though, is to say in a text message on the 30th that no service at Yosemite. They had visited Yosemite in the year prior, if it was back-to-back years, but I noticed that for 23, 22, and 21-year-olds, they're traveling a lot. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but a lot of traveling. Um, uh, well, I mean, seems like they purposely threw off the timeline to try to give him an alibi. Need airport footage. I gotta go. I gotta go back to the whole August 24th seeing on the FaceTime. I would love to know if during that FaceTime, if they did see Brian in the FaceTime. Did they physically see him in that FaceTime? Also, if he did in fact fly, it would have been August 17th or the 23rd. And I gotta go back to who stays alone. I would never want to do that. And I think that I'm a pretty tough cookie, but I would be weirded out with like, wait, why don't we just drive back if it's something that's important? Or, I mean, they were also though planning on doing this, I think, until October. That's the other thing that doesn't make sense to me. Van life. I mean, isn't it like a lifestyle? Don't you just like? I mean, I was reading their posts and seeing things that says, oh, we have simplified our lives. Everything can fit in this van. Yada yada yada. So, Yosemite is reservations only due to COVID. Interesting. I just know that they were just out there. So I just feel like why would you be going places that you've already gone before? If I'm out and about traveling and wanting to see things that I've never seen before, I just don't know where the whole Yosemite came up. Um, and and seeing that they were able to post on social media the last time they were at Yosemite to say that there was no service, that's just really strange. Oh, well, because Yosemite is beautiful. I go many times. But Yosemite was 12 hours away from where they were. So I would just think that they'd be hitting up closer things and maybe getting to that point. But it was a quick switch up, I felt, from where they were, that they were driving 12 hours. But a lot of traveling, like I said, a lot of traveling with this pair. Somebody mentioned that they were high school sweethearts. I question that. She posted about their first date and actually made that video, that 7-minute and 53-second video. They, I believe, had their first date. I want to say like a year and some change, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, um, Oh, I don't think he killed her, guys, and I know you're probably all going to attack me right now, and that's fine. You can think what you want. Hopefully I don't want to text anybody in here. Yeah, so someone just said, I think they just knew each other in high school. Yeah, so, but, there was really no online presence. I noticed that, he was only following 69 people on social media with Instagram. I guess just I don't know what the end game was with, what do you mean van life? Like I said, I got the vibe that it was like a vacation. Well, the reason I got that vibe, and I was correct, is because the video that she made was not of van life. It was stuff prior to van life. With, once again, I was like, this is sushi, and it just wasn't adding up. And the reason it wasn't adding up is because those videos and clips were not from those 2 months worth. I mean, yeah, some of them were, but definitely not all of them, not the majority of them. And that's why I had to do a little bit of Instagram. And I noticed like the hoodies and the sweatshirt. It was just like, this is the middle of summer, like hot as hell. No one's going to be wearing that. Well, it's because it's not from that time. It's from prior. So when you guys are actually looking at the social media and everyone thinks that, oh my God, their life was like so perfect during these past couple months, what happened? Unfortunately, those videos are not from these past couple months. A lot of the videos are from prior trips. So how did the van get back? Now, the van was drove back. The question is when and what route? I broke down the math. It would take you 7 like tanks of gas to get from where the van was to where he lived. 7. He I mean, somebody wanted to mention that, could he have filled up a bunch of gas tanks? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he could have, but I'm telling you, these 2 people are OCD. It's not just one person being OCD. I watched footage. It is 2 people being that way, being very meticulous. And where you would put 7 gas cans in that van. And I mean, I don't see that. So it would take 7, you're traveling 2,349 miles. So every 350 miles, you have to fill up. So it's 7 stops. Let's say that you use the restroom, and it's roughly usually like, I think that you're probably gonna be able to go like 4, let's see, probably like 4.5 hours. Leanna, do you have an opinion yet about Brian or the whole thing? I was saying earlier that nobody has actually physically seen Brian. Nobody in law enforcement has seen him. His parents supposedly are the only people that did see him, but I think that should be thrown out. I think the neighbors. I think that people should be asking the neighbors if they've seen him. I think they should be asking when they saw that van, if they can possibly remember back then. Also, maybe you might be able to get lucky with how many miles were on the van when the cops got it. Maybe before they left on this journey, some people would do this, get oil change before they would leave. So if they were in New York, or they were in Florida first and they drove to New York, Did they get an oil change? Maybe they could check and see where the odometer was at to see how many miles. But nobody's actually seen Brian. Brian hasn't been seen on camera. Brian hasn't been seen, like I said, by law enforcement. So I strongly question if Brian was like where he's been since supposedly the van arrived. I don't believe. I mean, Brian loves the nature. Brian wants to be outdoors. He could, make it. So do I think that Brian's been gone longer than they think? Yes. You would have had eyes on that house probably beginning September 11th when the report was made. So I find it very difficult to think that Brian could have left up out of that house and nobody see him from the 11th on. I know if I had a daughter and I was a male, that there's no way I'm leaving Brian's family's house without talking to him. Like, not a chance. So I would have just sat out there until he came home, or I don't know what the parents were saying to him at that point, but also if my daughter's belongings were in a home, I would be asking for my daughter's belongings to see them. Possibly to see something like any of the clothes that she was wearing, if they're back there, I just question this whole van lifestyle thing because it just doesn't. I could never do it. I don't understand. I don't understand it. I don't understand how you're supposed to do van lifestyle and work. Do you work somewhere? Do you just like? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I think that I think it just blows my mind that no footage has come forward yet, though. They were pretty quick to get footage out there on Chris Watts supposedly buying gas, or whatever he was doing at the gas station. There's no footage of this man getting on a plane, getting off a plane. Again, 7 stops would have had to be made in order to get gas. That's 7 different, take yourself from where that van was at, getting gas to fill up like right up out of that area. Then like every 350 miles in that area, like, in that little radius there is where I'd be like honing in on these places. I'm not saying that the cops could possibly have it, the FBI, but I'm saying the public hasn't seen it. And I was at first when I was watching the video that she posted, that she created, that she, edited and everything like that, I kept saying to myself, wow, this is a pretty, this is van life. It looks like you're on vacation, always in different clothes. Hair was curled. Like it was just, or it was straightened, or it was, it was just really well put together. But I'm thinking, okay, well, what are they doing for work? Well, they weren't working. Okay. So in October, what was going to happen? You guys just come back to Florida and the van lifestyle is over. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't get it. Is it just supposed to like cleanse your mind, body, soul? I don't understand it. So, 38 hours. Yeah, it's 1 day and 10 hours. It's going to be that trip. And if you got to add, like, I don't know how you could possibly drive through and do that yourself. I also don't believe that anybody would fly home to move stuff into or out of a storage unit. That doesn't make any sense. You would just pay the extra month or two until you got supposedly back. Now, if you were planning on not returning back, so that's a different story. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't understand the end game. Yes, in a juice bar, but she quit her job. So there was nothing like, oh, I'll be back, or I'm transferring to like this area. I know they had a nice eye for art. They could definitely, they do some artwork. So if anybody could tell me what it's, however, her job she left was Taco Bell. And I see that's interesting to me. Very interesting. Because Taco Bell is very dirty. And she just seems way too OCD to be working at Taco Bell. Especially dealing with the drunks coming through at late night. But what was lined up in October for employment? I was talking with somebody and I said, well, maybe they were living off of unemployment. I went back to, like I said, and I looked at some things. I'm sorry, but they were traveling a lot. They were going to nice places. This was, in my opinion, a newer relationship, and it was a quick engagement. Matching tattoos on their hands. I know a lot of lesbians that have done that. Well, To the Moon and Back says no freaking way Taco Bell was her last job she held. Yes, To the Moon and Back. That is what people are saying. Someone saying money wasn't tight. I'm saying they were possibly living off of unemployment because due to COVID, if they were on unemployment. Again, I'm just throwing some stuff out there that's logical, because I don't know how you survive without an income of some sort. Tiny life or van life or whatever life, I don't think that matters. I still think that, you're buying avocado, those salads are expensive. They were dating since high school. I call BS on this. That is not what social media says according to their timelines. Not like she said, this is our first date eating sushi. And it was a year ago. Then they definitely don't look like they're in high school, but what do I know? I read she saved for a year, and then the parents were also helping fund their trip. See, that's the other thing. You just said it best, Mama 3. This trip. A trip is different than like a complete lifestyle change. Like if I was going to say I'm going to be I don't even know, a traveling nurse. Okay. So I'm traveling all over, but I'm doing a job while I'm traveling. So van life, you have the word life in it, van trip. Like that's, I guess that's where my hang up is with this whole trending thing. Brian has a nice Mustang. They're 22 and 23. There has been some reports that he did commit suicide. I am staying away from that until it is official. But there is people saying that. Yes, they were due to return to Florida in early October. Exactly. But I want to know, okay, they're going to return to Florida and do what? Because were you moving her belongings out of the house or into the house? Go back to Florida and do what? Did either one of them attend college? What did they do with their dirty clothes? I'm just curious. Her dad bought her the van. What was up with the Mustang and his parents leaving with the car? My sources say that he went for a hike. He didn't come back. They went and they found the Mustang and took it and drove it back to the house. Period. And it's like, well, why would you leave your person stranded? But then I thought, well, maybe it's like a way for them. Well, here, we're going to force him to call us then because he won't have a vehicle. Again, everything just around it is strange. But I believe they are a little strange in terms of like, you know, these are people that go hiking every day, that love to be out in nature. They can survive in nature. But those salads that they were eating, like you have to go to the market to get that stuff. It's not like you're just, I mean, I don't know. Parents stated that they drove it back on Tuesday, but didn't report him missing till Friday. Yeah. Where were the keys? She wanted to be a travel influencer. Well, this is the other thing I think is strange. People that want to be on social media and are on social media, there was way too many gaps in between posting. They weren't active on social media though. I don't know if it's because they suffered to getting, you know, signal to be on their phones, but usually people that are social media, I mean, look how many times Natasha Cooper goes live. Laundromats in the towns to clean clothes. Okay, well, is there any footage of them, you know, cleaning their clothes? That van was just impeccable shape. Like it wasn't dirty. It was very, like I said, OCD. Everything has a spot. So oh wow. He could legit live for months unfound in that swamp he's in. So you're just gonna move back in with your parents. I mean, I just looked at it as like they're on like a, you know, after college, you know, hey, I'm gonna go travel or something like that. I don't know. They can also clean clothes outside. I live the tent life for 3 weeks at a time. Well, girl, can you teach me, or boy, can you teach me how to, you know, what do you mean washing your clothes outside? Interesting. Why would two people with anxiety disorders embark on a trip like this? Um, I mean, great question. I think that I think I mentioned it earlier. You know, if there was mental health involved and they were taking medication, that type of medication usually is, you know, prescribed every 3 months that you at least have to see your doctor. They may give you like 3 months worth of like the separate scripts for each of your months, but you, what pharmacy would they be getting this stuff filled in? Um, they're like all over. So I question if they would be taking medication, because how would they get it? Maybe that's what he flew home to get, was her medication. I don't know, or his medication. And they just didn't want to say that. I'm just thinking of all the reasons why somebody would really go to, you know, get out of Dodge. I mean, you could get in a fight and be like, okay, this isn't working out. You can't say like, oh, I went home to go get more money. No, I mean, there's just a lot of ways to get money without flying home to get it. Nope, I can get my anxiety meds monthly and can pick up at any CVS. So they just call it in for you. That's saying if they're taking anxiety medicine. We have no idea what they'd be taking. Again, all of this is coming from, I mean, there's just one source of this information, and that's his parents. His parents are the ones that have said anything that's come out. Nothing has come from him. And obviously, like, her family, was getting whatever from his family. Yeah, my dad would have been arrested. I agree. That's a very good possibility. See, yeah, okay, so Brian and his dad cleaned out their stuff out of storage. Okay, that's the information that I had received. And my huge question with that is why? Why would you fly home to do that when you could just pay for an extra month or two and deal with that when you got back in October? Once again, like, these two people just seem like planners in a way. Like, I don't know, OCD people are pretty, like, they like to plan things. So did you know all along that you'd have to fly back and handle a storage unit because it would be up with your last month or something? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. No, Lana, no, his parents did not. This crap about voices and controlling came from a girl Gabby met less than a year ago. And the storage info came from her dad after he was at Brian's house. Yes, after he was at Brian's house. Who do you think he got that information from? His parents. Like, that's where he got that information from. And as far as, I haven't even talked about the voices. That's like triple hearsay. Yes. Right there. They could pay someone to do that. It's bogus. Was it confirmed? Also, I thought it was weird that on August 12th was the domestic body cam stuff, but then August 13th, Brian posts twice to Instagram. No mentioning of this, hiccup on August 12th, forcing them and him to staying in a hotel for domestic relationships. And she had to sleep in the van and he had to sleep in a hotel. Oh, no, chat is talking about the voices. The voices, yes. Oh boy. Oh, there was one that I want to answer. Yes, that is expensive to fly home and do that. Like I said, there has been not one sighting of this man. Like, not one surveillance. Not one, not nothing. Whether it's an airport or a gas station. And I'm telling you, to drive from that location to North Port is seven gas stops. 7 every 350 miles. That's a 2012. It holds X amount of gallons of gas. So how certain are we that her dad hasn't gotten a hold of him? Yeah, he left, but I know that if it was my kid, I'd have someone watching that place. Yeah. Oh God. I agree. Truth teller, what's up? Melissa, what's up? Muffy, you speak your piece. Speak it. My dad literally broke my front door off its hinges one time because he was worried about me. Heck yeah, Mama 3. Has anyone noticed his Instagram traffic? Unrolling people and deleting comments. I haven't been paying attention to the comments, but I did notice his Instagram and a couple things. He's pretty wordy for a guy. You know, his captions are rather long. Yeah. All the parents' behavior is concerning to me. Now her dad did have a good altercation. The cops had to come and remove him. Yes. I mean, my dad would be, my dad replaced the door. I don't think any dad would. My dad would, there's no way. Especially if they saw the van. If the van's there, there's no way my dad's leaving. Like, my dad pulls up in a driveway. Oh, wait, there's Lana's car. Okay. Goes knocks on the door. Oh, wait, what do you mean they're not here? Like, this is her vehicle. This is what she drove to, you know, do van life in. Now her van's here, but, you know, where's my kid? No way. And then I haven't heard from them. No way. I'm not leaving. Not happening. And that door is coming down. I think that stuff will come out there on how it all played out. But I think with the FBI, when they gave that brief press conference and that they're still asking for the public's help, that was really telling to me, that they were, you know, asking for help still. So I think there's a lot of questions that still need to be answered. So yeah, I would never leave. Yes, I believe it's her body. I think they're gonna do what they need to do, but that will come out. Another question is when did the van really make it back? Was it really September 1st? It's a 34-hour trip, and that is without stopping. Like, you have to stop 7 times to get gas. Otherwise, you're not making it. The van, in my opinion, did not have 7 gas cans in it. If that is the case, he would have had to at least buy 7 gas cans. I don't know where he's putting those. Like I said, OCD people, there's no way 7 gas cans full of gas is going in the back of that van. Yeah, I don't believe it was like that. I'm gonna say negative. Yeah, if those people don't come forward and say that they saw that van and where they saw it on their GoPro. But yeah, so if you guys are actually gonna go look at that video, that 7-minute and 54-second video, that footage is not from July and August of this past year. That footage is from July, August, but then also from stuff from 2020 and stuff earlier in April and March of 2021. Like I said, they did I don't know what they were doing, but I don't know where they were getting this money from. But go check out all the places that they had been since they started dating. And that's a very interesting lifestyle for someone for people that are saying that she worked at Taco Bell. You're not traveling like that on Taco Bell salary. I didn't know Taco Bell was doing juice bars, but I haven't been there. Why were they sleeping in a tent with a bed when they had a van with a bed? I don't know, maybe to be under the stars. Why were they coming back to Florida in October? I just assumed van life is van life. Like, were they still gonna live in their van in Florida? Just like I said, I'm just getting used to this whole van life. What's her name over here is trying to tell me that I'm bougie, and I'm laughing because the only thing that I saw bougie was actually in the videos, eating sushi and traveling, and van life looked pretty good. But here come to find out that it's been videos that were edited from 2019, 2020, and then this past trip. So they were sending them DoorDash. I heard that. I heard about a pizza place. So therefore the parents would have to know if somebody's sending DoorDash, you have to get an address. So oh, there it is. I just think it's hilarious that you can't fathom someone wanting to do that mind, body, and soul. Yeah, you know what? I can't, because it doesn't seem like it's mind, body, and soul. That van is very, very, there's nothing in it. Like, there's no refrigerator. So how are they keeping anything like, homeboy doesn't want to drink out of plastic. I had a Berkey. I loved it. I didn't see a Berkey when I was scouring the van. Do you think they played like Yahtzee in the van, or do you think they were just like reading books? And that van was like impeccable. Like I said, it was very, very clean. Everything had its own place. But to the moon and back again. I'll be bougie and you can live in a van. They had a cooler. So where are you going to get the ice from? I'll keep my practical and logical life. It's hard enough to like travel back and forth from here to PA and have all your stuff. I don't know how people could do it like that. Yes, they would return in October for Florida money season. So were they going to like be like waitresses? Waiters? Is that what you mean by that? I better have been a Yeti. Those things. There you go. Yetis are great. Hollywood didn't even like his. What is a Berkey? Oh, look it up. It's you could piss in a Berkey and it will turn it to water. It'll purify it so that you can drink it. So, yeah, look up Berkey's. It's a water purifier, but it's like the best of the best. You can't get anything better than that. But no, literally, you can pee in one of those and it will purify your piss. So you could drink your piss, I guess. I'm not living in a van. I like electricity and washing machines and such. I don't like dirt and sand. I just cannot do dirty feet. I mean, same. Like I said, this just isn't my when you told me about van life, I'm like, I have no idea what van life is. So I'm gonna have to look up van life. Hashtagging van life. She even mentioned they were engaged to a stranger. I didn't see a ring. Yeah, you guys don't know about Berkeys. You guys need to get your Berkey on. They're expensive. They were not exactly living a true working van off the grid lifestyle. Wait. Wait, what? I thought. No, I'm serious. Go Google it. When I'm on a road trip, the car is dirty within a day with all the drinks, chips, and food containers. Yeah, I mean, they were like using pans and making zucchini and just like, oh my God, that's all great and dandy, but who's cleaning that up afterwards? Like, I'll cook, but I don't really, can someone just clean all this? And like, ooh, just a lot of work, it seemed like, to live so simple. Where are they getting all this fresh veggies and no showers, toilets, or reception? 6 weeks. What? I think they got more than they bargained for with the trip, and things escalated. Are you trying to say that you think that drugs were involved? DoorDash is not off the grid. Traveling life. I want to know what hotel that she stayed at. I mean, once again, I can't get this through my head. Like, you'd have to have some type of fight, and somebody'd be like, okay, you know what? Like, this isn't working. I can't. Like, we're not going to argue. Like, we're not. We just got in trouble almost by the cops. I'm leaving. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of want to get away. And so he left, but still that would require somebody like her to drive him to the airport, which there's 2 that would be in the area, remotely in the area, 4 hours, and then one that was an hour and 45 minutes. Again, no footage has surfaced about, from an airport. And then that means somebody would have to pick him up once he got there, or he could Uber. I mean, from the airport, then somebody would still have to take him back to the airport, then to fly to, Utah. She would have to come pick him up. There's just a lot going on there. A lot. Yes, the cops put him in the hotel for a night. And then they even asked if she could get a room. And they said, no, this is not what this is for, whatever. So she couldn't stay. She had to stay in the van. That's what I want to know. No mention to her parents that, oh, Brian flew home while she was at the hotel. That is, when you're by yourself, you tend to be on social media more. You tend to talk to your friends more on the phone, your family members, whatever. But you would have had some communication with somebody to say that oh yeah, no, it's just me. Brian had to fly home to handle some stuff. Like, did these people not have any friends? And I kind of got that feeling because Brian was only following 69 people. And I mean, obviously a bunch of people now are following him, so I can't tell you how many people were following him before everybody just rated it. Same with her, but look at their social media. Like, there's no pictures with them with like friends, and they're also like, they're super young, 22, 23 years old. That's so young. So I have no problem with somebody exploring like what they want to do with their lives, none whatsoever. But they literally went and got a van, or it was given to them and bought for them, whatever you want to say, and converted it into this mini romp. Like, it looked like, I mean, it looked like it was too perfect though I even think to have sex in it, just because it was like everything had a spot. Like, that should have been wrecked. I would just think for those days that you would have had like way more conversation with a lot of people if he was gone, if he left. The TikTok girl picked Brian up at a truck stop with showers, so it's not shocking he was clean. Yeah, but how did he get there? How did he get to the trucking stop? I mean, wouldn't she be showering too, and he's showering, and oh, but I'm just here you go. Like, none of that makes sense. Yeah. How do you know he flew home? That's what they're saying. I'm questioning if he flew home. I'm questioning the fact that there's no. That would have been the easiest, quickest thing to get any surveillance to show any footage of him. Like, we see him on the body cam. Did he shave his face since then? Was his beard all gone? Yeah, they called some domestic violence. Yeah, they did. I think it was rage killing after the incident that was caught on police cam. The only thing I question with that though is she FaceTimed with her family on August 24th. So she was alive August 24th, unless the family is mistaken on the date. But August 24th, she FaceTimed with her family. So a rage killing after that body cam incident, that doesn't really make sense to me, only because that would have happened, I think. I mean, this is supposedly after he was home for 6 days and flew back and arrived back on August 23rd. Then they're leaving the hotel on August 24th, and that's when the FaceTiming happened. Yeah. Let's see. I question the TikTok person. My question is, why did he lawyer up but not communicating with his lawyer? Yep, I said that earlier. I said, did he, just to make sure everybody understands this, nobody has seen this young man. Not anybody in law enforcement has seen him since the body cam. And it's like nobody, well, besides the sightings that, the TikTok person and somebody from a Bullwinkle's bar or something like that. But see, that's the other thing is he's not a drinker. She's not a drinker. She stated that on that body cam. They don't come across as drinkers in any of their videos, anything leading, they're not even drinking wine to like toast anything. They're healthy people. So for him to be in Bullwinkle's bar, I question that completely. Yeah, Brian has never spoke to him. Brian's never been seen, like I said, since the body cam, other than his parents giving whatever statements they gave. They're toasting sushi. I'm gonna buy to the moon and back again. When I hit the lottery, I'm gonna buy you a van and you could soup it all up. Okay, so here we go. They were imitating a current lifestyle some people are choosing. They were not living it. Bars and cafes aren't usually involved daily. Well, I stated this earlier. This is really important. The video that she made, that's 7 minutes and 54 seconds, is not of their 2-month. It's not from July and August. That is not what that's from. There are some footage of it, yes. But actually, the majority of the footage is from prior trips of them together. So that video is completely misleading and not true, to be honest, because it's saying our van life, Brian and Gabby's van lifestyle or whatever. Your van lifestyle started July 2nd, 2021, which was actually exactly 1 year to the date of when you guys got engaged. So, and the pictures and videos from like your first date was on that video. So when you guys come in, you guys gonna get in that van? Make sure you come pick me up once you have the van. They have water in their champagne glasses. Interesting. Next, they will find his body. Just my feelings and senses. I say 3 days and they'll find his body. Come on over. I'll help you put a bed in the back. No, we don't know anything actually about yes, further proof they were still not projecting what they were actually doing 100%. Which I thought was interesting that no one's actually talked about that with that video, because in the beginning of the video it specifically states like this is our van life style, like, and if you actually look at their post, it's about converting into this life. That's why I don't understand when they said they were coming back in October. It's like, coming back to what? Coming back to Florida to do what? To stop the van lifestyle? I literally don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm gonna have to do some more research on this lifestyle because maybe I should take it up. Yes, but Crystal, you have to post on social media, and they were barely posting. People that are like trying to be vloggers and bloggers, I mean, you have to like be active on it, and there's just not enough activity to merit that. I mean, I don't know. The FBI dismissed it too quickly. It's free. Wait. Oh, yeah, no, there's a different crystal. I mean, I think that it's telling that Debris came out of the woodwork to talk about this with Coops. So, I strongly question, though, anybody that would not be, what's the word I want to use? Okay, so Brian, that's his fiance, she's missing or whatever. I don't know. I'd be devastated. I'd be wanting to find my person. I wouldn't, but everybody's different. But nobody has seen this man. So for all we know, he never even made it back. But how would the van know to get back to where it came from? I mean, no crazy person that doesn't know them got the van back to that address. Sorry, that's not gonna fly. Now, could another parent do it? Sure, but I don't know. I don't see that either. Guys, I think it's like anything. When you're gonna spend that much time with just that person, and that's only the person that you're like hanging out with for all those days in a row. I know they live together with the parents, but like if you're working at different places, like you leave and you're like with your friends and whatnot, when you're just you and someone else the whole time, I mean, that's just a lot. That human beings need balance, and that's just not balance. I don't know. Like they were tending to business. Mm, like drugs. They don't come across as that they were like. No, I think that they weren't taking medication that they needed to be. I mean, did you see that body cam video? I mean, she's a wreck. And it's very awkward. And they're like being physical. I don't think they come across as drug smokers. That's too much time together. I agree. Like, I just think that you're going to be nitpicking at each other. The next thing you know, I mean, he didn't make your zucchini right, and you're flipping out that the zucchini is too hard and it needs to be softer. And then you're flipping out of her. Remember, she was talking about like, oh my god, the back of the van was a mess, and so I was back there cleaning it or something like that. Like, they're both neat freaks, and you didn't clean this good enough, and I'm just. But I don't think that he was going out there to murder her. No, I don't think that at all. I think that, I mean, what accidents has happened, but I don't. Sad. It's just very sad. Mm. Kendall, what's up? How are you? Looking fine as ever in your avatar pic. I'd be coming back alone. Yeah, it's a lot. I just question the timeline. Him leaving and going home to handle a storage unit makes absolutely no sense. I could see him doing that, but that not being the reason that he came home. I I think a normal situation would be, we need our medicine and I need to fly back and go get it. I need to go get some prescriptions, or I can't do this anymore. Like, this isn't going to work, type of thing. But then why wouldn't she just like drive back with him and they call it why didn't they end their trip then? Mm. Oh, guys, I'll be back. My dog got out of the yard. Damn it. Damn it, Muffy. I swear to God, that dog better come back. They were not ready for any of this trip. Hard to believe her folks let her go, especially with mental health. OCD is not an easy issue in mental health. Um, did Muffy block me? I don't think people are blocking each other here, but hopefully they're not. Crystal, she's a pit bull and she's a runner. You get her, Muffy. Sounds like my date. I made 7 stops at the gas station. No surveillance. Airports, no surveillance. Um, yeah, possibly. I mean, we have no idea what they were taking, if they were even taking any medicine. Um, what's with all you people having pit bulls? I mean, 4 months is a long trip. It's almost half of a year. It's a long time. And then I thought it was strange. They were supposed to say till October. Well, why is she posting August 25th, Happy Halloween, as a caption? And this is an inside joke with like friends or something, but um is Gina going night night? Here's a question for everyone on this damn internet, y'all. Ready? Why does everyone keep saying, how did her parents allow this? Why didn't his parents do XYZ? They are adults, that's why. Um she had just turned 22. That puts you technically as like a senior in college. Um my parents would still be like all of my shit um at that age, and um I really think people really need to invest in the 360 Life app 360, whatever it's called. But I think it's a very useful tool um, for families, for loved ones. I think it's important. My dad is a pharmacist. I use the same system. um, uh, I drove from Maine to Minnesota and back with someone, and I wanted to never speak to the person ever again. 4 months, and I'd be going batshit. Yeah. I just, oof, it's just not for me. Nothing of that, um, life, that van life would be for me. I felt like they were supposed to be like going to a bunch of places. I didn't feel that I saw enough pictures to merit all these places that they went. I bet you their phones are full of stuff, though. I mean, maybe just hard to upload. I just know that if I went to the house, his house, I saw the van, knocked on the door, tried to ask if, my daughter was there, and they pull some bullshit on me, I'm not leaving there. Like, my daughter's van's here. What do you mean? Where's my daughter? That would have probably been the hardest day of my life. Because how I would rage on those people. I would have broken that house. Maybe. Doubtful. I just don't think I had any clue what they were getting themselves into. If in fact she was working at Taco Bell before she did this, that lifestyle is very fast paced. People just running through that drive through, to then this lifestyle where you're around nobody. I don't know. I couldn't do it. Yeah. I do feel horrible for her parents. That's definitely a parent's worst nightmare, 100%. When you say, like, I wish his parents would speak for her family's sake, I don't know what they know. I get the vibe that, this kid kept to himself. So if he came back and brought that van, who's to say he didn't just bring the van, then gets in his Mustang, maybe leaves a note that he came back and he's going hiking and he'll be back or something like that, and never shows back up. So then they go look and they find the Mustang, something like that. But I strongly question if his folks have ever seen him since he returned. But yeah, very sad, very sad. Sounds sketchy. Well, I think the sketchiest thing about it is van life is sketchy. Don't know how that works. I don't know why somebody would leave on a plane, supposedly move stuff out of a storage unit, be gone for those 6 days. Meanwhile, the girl is staying with the van at a hotel room. I would be scared shitless to stay in the middle of nowhere with my van. You think I'm going to camp out? No, I'm not camping out without you. You're going to camp by yourself? No. Okay, so you have no choice but to go to a hotel. You know how much money we're talking about? All because to get some belongings out of a storage unit. Why wouldn't you just
pay a couple extra months for until you got back. Again, and none of this is making any sense with the whole storage unit story. But now I could see if he left because he's like, I can't do this anymore. This is crazy. Like, we're fighting every day. We just almost got in trouble by the cops, you know? And he left, but that would require, like I said, somebody driving him to the airport to get on that plane, somebody purchasing that plane ticket. There would just be a lot of paper trail. Oh, did you like that water? It's from my Berkey. It's out of a plastic bottle. Brian's not a big fan of plastic. I think that was a very quick engagement. I don't even know. I was trying to zoom in on her hands a couple of different times to see what like the ring was like, but she had a bunch of other jewelry on. A very quick engagement. What kind of ring did he get? Not that any of that kind of matters, but like, I don't know. When were they planning on getting married? Were they planning a wedding? They knew each other. Maybe they went to school together, but according to Gabby's social media, they went on their first date, like sushi on like the beach or something, and the wind was blowing, and that was like 2019. So everybody blames Brian for everything. Privileged life. What year was his Mustang? Brian was very a talented drawer. He could draw. Very interesting though. In one of his posts, he was talking about he wanted his people to have blood coming out of them. I thought that was very weird. She's listening to podcasts that are about death. Her dad said the engagement was called off, but others say Gabby was telling everyone they were engaged, and Gabby mom thought the relationship was much stronger. Wait, what? Okay, then now that sounds like a bunch of Chris Watson Shanann stuff right there. Were they going to get married and still live with the parents, maybe saving for a wedding and a house and the van life trip? He sucked her into his world. They supposedly put it off because of COVID. They just got engaged. Guys, they just started dating in 2019. They were engaged in 2020. I mean, talk about moving fast. Maybe she was pregnant too. The van lifestyle. What is this? Hey, Truth and Transparency. This just came out in last hour. Who is fake Instagram? Somebody's doing a fake Instagram. It's bizarre. They had twins. What are you talking about? What is this right here? Who had twins?
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff, guys. They were at the sand dunes they were riding the sand, like Chris and NK. There's video of it. Both of them are at the sand dunes riding boards and video recording it and posting it. So it's definitely fact. I just think that they were super young, and I also think that there's no reason to kill. A popular hotspot. Very, very weird, definitely. But again, 7 gas cans either filled up before leaving, or you had to stop 7 times to make that van get back to Florida from where it was. 34-hour trip, not counting stopping to fill up the gas, sleeping, or peeing. I mean, I don't think you're doing that trip in less than 45 hours. I mean, and I think that's being generous. Unless you're doing it with maybe multiple people. Yes, and I'm wondering if they're going to be announcing that. So, I tried to drive to Key West. It was a 24-hour trip for me. And the furthest that I got from Ohio, I got past Orlando to Ocala, and I was like, I couldn't go any further. Like I thought I would kill somebody or myself. So I think it was like I drove. Only time I stopped was to get gas. I think I drove straight 12 hours. It was like 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning till 7 or 8 at night. Maybe it was like 14 hours. So, yeah, no sighting of him at any of these possible places to get gas. There is no toll roads on the way back. The way that they were coming from New York, though, to go out there was, but no tolls on the way back. So there's going to be no tolls. It's just an interesting. 7 gas stops are also not cheap. No, they're not cheap at all. Like I said, there's going to be a nice paper trail of that in his bank accounts. Or hers if he took her cards. You have to find them first. Yes. Did you drive solo to Key West? I always drive solo. I usually don't fly solo, though.
And then I did a diagram. And if you're leading with a full tank of gas, go ahead and mark off 325 to 375 miles every, 325 to 375 miles. That's your radius of where he would have had to stop to get gas, because that's as far as you could go without the car running out of gas. So law enforcement should be looking in those certain areas. And obviously, when we're traveling ourselves, there's going to be certain stops that we want to get off at versus other stops. But if he's trying to stay hidden, they might want to look at more obscure places to get gas if he's trying to stay hidden on the way back. But you took a train to Florida? Oh, shoot me. No way. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I would board him for the week. Tomato juice. Oh, my God. Tomato juice. Look at you guys. Ah. Oh, God. They can't find him because he may have committed suicide. It is tragic. This whole thing is tragic. I do know that those police officers are definitely going to be questioning if they did the right thing on the 12th. All I can say is we have procedures and stuff in place for a reason. And I know that if that would have happened anywhere else, you know, people are getting physical with one another. Somebody gets arrested. Somebody is to blame. I think it's important to play things by the book. I think it's important that everybody, your rights are important. Law enforcement doing their job is important. I think that the cops were awesome, though. I think that they were asking really good questions and getting the story. But as they were getting the story, there was conflicting, like they were conflicting. You know, did he grab the steering wheel? No. Did she grab the steering wheel? No, she didn't. Oh, I hit the curb because she grabbed the steering wheel. Like there's a lot of conflicting information. And I don't know why that wouldn't be more of a red flag. To me, it is, but Muffy, best of luck with your tomato juice. What a day. What a day. The name of my group back in the day. All right, guys, you guys get some rest here, but I'm telling you 7 times, 7 different places he would have had to get gas, or whoever drove that van. And I wonder if that van was in, like I said, impeccable shape inside. It was clean. So I wonder if there was any prints in that van other than theirs. So yes, pray for peace. So wait, just mix tomato juice with water in the bath. I have no idea. I've never owned a dog. Oh, sweet dreams, Lana in chat. Be kind in chat, love. Mwah. They were not telling the truth. Yes, they got the Facebook version. Yes. Yeah. What about the Nissan and the owner? Supposedly they took a Nissan this little van trip wasn't their first time across country. Supposedly. Sources say that they went on a different traveling across the country trip, and they were in a Nissan Sentra, I believe. But like I said, it really muddies the waters when you're talking about your van life, but you're using footage from vacations. I just don't get that. But anyways, just pour it on the dog, rub it in. All right. Rinse and repeat. Truth and transparency, please, if you won't mind, like to send an email. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, thank you. We will take best of care to us as well. All right, good night, everybody. Sleep well, and get that dog some tomato juice. 7 stops, guys. 7 stops. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Prayers to Gabby's family.